Uh, Hello and welcome to the grand final for CSGO here at the 9th World Championships of the IeSF finals here. We're in Busan, South Korea. This is the last match we have. It's Romania taking on Russia, and a few people might not have expected this. I'll be your host here, Danny, and this is my co-caster and analyst, Ian Sniper Turner. And let's get some insight in early. This finals bracket probably didn't play out the way we thought it would, did it, Ian?
No, I mean, as we were discussing yesterday, there was really only one upset, and for me, that was the whole Swiss-Israel battle and over Australia. And then all of a sudden, we've got Sweden coming out with a victory against Finland, and then again with the Russians taking it over Korea, which was pretty unexpected.
Yeah, so a lot of games not going out the way the punters might have expected, but we do have teams that aren't really too much of a shock. Russia, we did know they had some firepower in them and some very sharp aims on Romania, but out of these two teams right now, you'd probably put Romania just a little bit lower than their opposition today.
Well, look, I wouldn't say I can really put either of them apart. I'd put them on equal pegging, really. You've got some pretty good aim on Romania. I mean, they had a tough group with Korea. They still managed to do fairly well against them, first game of the day and so on. So Russia obviously falling to Finland as well. I mean, at the time, we thought that would be expected, but they've come through the bracket successfully and found their way into the grand final. And, you can't put anything past them. They've obviously found form as the tournament has gone on.
Yeah, I mean, we had a look at the group stages there in Korea, Finland, Australia, and China all getting knocked out, unfortunately, in the semi-finals, and we do have Romania and Russia. For a little bit of an FYI there, the third place match was played out a little earlier, and it looked like Korea will lock that down 2-1 against the Swedes, and now Romania and Russia are going head-to-head. Now that scoreline 2-0 against Korea, which is also known as MVP PK, here on their home turf is no easy feat, is it?
No, definitely not. They would have come here with a point to prove. Obviously, maybe thinking that it would be a final between them and maybe Finland. And then obviously, as the tournament progressed, they would have been quite happy to see that Finland gets eliminated. But I think maybe not looking close enough to home and getting eliminated by, put to the lower bracket by Russia would have been quite a surprise for them.
Yes, and we do know that the Finnish team were one of the favourites, along with maybe the MVP Korean lineup and the Chiefs from the Australian kind of side there. They did have a stand-in, but I mean, some questions are being asked about that Finnish team looking back in the earlier stages of this semi-finals bracket.
Yeah.
But that Swedish team wasn't a walkover necessarily, was it?
Well, no. I mean, they're pretty notorious, some of the players in that Swedish team, and the Finnish team really. A lot of people were saying this is their tournament to win. So the fact that they bow out early and don't even make a place in the top three would be definitely disappointing for them and their fans.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at the Nexus Romanian lineup there. Looks like they're just about to be raring to go. And, let's talk about it. We talk about, the battle between, aim, raw aim, dynamic aim potential, and the strats of a team. Some teams have it all kind of well together, the top tier world teams like an SK, even Astralis. But, I mean, is the aim here of this Romanian lineup, we see some of the scorelines there, enough to get over the Russians?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. From what I could see in the games between them and Australia in particular, I mean, it was very much just aim-heavy slaughter of the Australian side. Then you look back at their game against South Korea, and the game was fairly one-sided at the start, but Romania really got going with their aim and momentum once they switched over to the offensive side. So for me, it was just a case of them just warming up as the tournament progressed.
Yeah, so we did see the Russian guys over there, and this is their run into the finals, a very convincing win against Korea in the semi-finals, 16-5 and 16-11, which probably almost definitely was the Korean map pick. I mean, how do you make this all?
Well, looking at that is fairly impressive, isn't it? I mean, considering they don't even have the star player, Kucho, which was meant to join them for this event, and to have them come in and just absolutely decimate Korea on Train and Inferno, which admittedly they're no slouches on really, and then also to put away a Chinese outfit who actually looked very strong in the group stages, as convincingly as they did. It's very impressive.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit more focused on that Chinese game. I mean, Flash Gaming, they're no walkover either. They've had a tough run into these finals, and I think it's a testament even just to get to this stage of the tournament, face against Romania in the final. Obviously, they would like to take home the bacon in that first place here at the 9th IeSF World Championships in Busan, but I mean, being here in itself is probably something, you know, they can look back on and be quite proud of.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just being in Busan itself is an amazing place. And then, of course, to have international experience in a computer game such as Counter-Strike would be very valuable for some of the younger players. We're probably not going to see many of those today, but it looks like we've got like some old hats from Romania and Russia. But at the end of the day, it is all about the experience, and it's about having fun, and it's about winning.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at the map beta process. How important is this on these two teams? Sometimes you see, you know, the depth of map pool, but a couple of the teams not as experienced as we do see. Train is the first, Mirage the second, and Cobblestone the third. That Cobblestone gets me a little bit anxious. I mean, I think we will definitely go to a 3-map series, but what do you make of these maps?
Yeah, pretty interesting. Very aim-heavy maps towards the end, but Train is going to be very tough to start off with. I mean, it's hard to get momentum on the T side, especially if the counter-terrorists are locking it down. You probably want to start maybe on the T side, depending on how much warm-up the players have had. So just to get the game going, get a bit of momentum. But if the brick wall gets put up by the defense, it can be very tough to come back later on. So that first map, I feel like that can kind of go either way. I'm tipping towards Romania for if it gets towards Cobblestone. But I think Russia might even have this in maybe a 2-0.
Yeah, right. So even Mirage there, you know, it's a little bit puggier there. You know, a lot of focus on some mid, and you think Russia have it over Romania. We've seen how sharp these Romanians can be.
Yeah, definitely. But I just feel like Romania even has like a bit of a structure. Yeah. And I mean, a team like Russia might just come in and be that chaos that breaks the camel's back. So
yeah, so
it'll be very interesting to see. I'm looking forward to it.
So speaking of straws that break the camel's back, I'm going to put you to the sword here, mate. You had a pretty good run, actually. You picked these teams. I mean, as a bit of context there, you know, we always have our kind of casters backlog of inside tips, and you've been pretty spot on this tournament. Unfortunately, we haven't had the coverage to give you the fame and credibility you deserve.
I know, right? But, I mean, I'm very quietly confident off camera, but when it comes to being on stage, then I'm thinking about the games. Sometimes I can go the wrong way, but yeah, I think I got the group stage pretty accurate. Obviously, the bracket, no one expected that much upsets. So for these two teams, I think, you know, Romania is like a dark horse of that side of the world, you know? Like,
when I say he got the tips right, he said that, and most of the guys, a couple of the players as well, thought it was crazy.
Well,
and here they are.
Yeah, well, a lot of people don't understand that Romania has always had a couple of very good online teams, and they just don't get to many LAN events. But this was their opportunity, and they've captured it. So, again, this is another chance for them to prove themselves at grand final now, up against Russia. No slouches in Counter-Strike ever since day dot. And, you know, I think it would be an upset for them to win, but at the same time, I'd be very happy for them if they do.
Yep, so, well, I have to ask you, scoreline predictions and who will take home that all-coveted first place here at the championships?
It's a tough one, but I'm going to go 2-0 to Russia.
2-0?
Yeah, I'm going to go against my gut. I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to.
Okay, so there's a professional analytical analysis of it. What about your gut? What is your gut saying?
My gut says 2-1 Romania.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there you got it. We'll see how it goes. You know, my mother always said follow your gut, so I'm going to put it to the Romanian guys. They've come this far. They've got the tournament of their lifetime ahead of them, and we're actually going into the pistol round. The bomb does get planted on the train, so a little bit slower into that. I do beg your pardon, but we are in a 4-on-5 situation, the opening frag. So interesting that they got onto this bomb site with all 5 players still up there. Yeah,
so Romania obviously going for some sort of retake strategy as the frags and the retake does come out, and Zella gets taken down by Almeza. Nice solid defense of the post-plant positioning here from Russia with a nice one shot from Jaxi.
Yeah, so I mean, it's an all but a foregone conclusion there. Too many players up. Nice 2K for Almaza and Little. So nice opening there for Russia on that T side. They need to get as many banked in as possible, but you know, it's pretty interesting to see that they get it so convincingly.
Yeah, as a start, it doesn't get much better than this. The T slide on Train, winning the piston round. Now this is where they just need to keep calm and ready and get this anti-eco out of the way. So it can be dangerous. As you can see, Romania have purchased some pistols and armor into this round, so it won't be an easy one for Russia as we see the main squadron heading towards the inside bomb site where there is only little resistance. So if they get spotted early, it'll give the Romanians an opportunity to rotate across and put numbers behind.
Yeah, so it looks like a bit of a rotate is coming through. This has been red, but the range of those AK is going to be a bit lethal. We do have that 1B potential from the Deagles, but all these players are falling. Tony Black with a nice 3K, finding 2 1Bs there. He's going to have one more. He's going to go for the S there, and he gets it in the second round. So clinical stuff for the Russian player.
Absolutely amazing. Just taking the control there. I mean, look, we do like to point out that they do only have pistols, right? But the pistols can be pretty overpowered sometimes.
Oh, we've seen it so many times, haven't we?
And so it's just really good to have a guy like Tony Black who's just going to take it to them and secures that round single-handedly for Russia, obviously, after sitting out the last one. So he sees himself on 5 kills, 0 deaths. And this should be a lot easier for Russia this round since they don't really have any armor or anything on Romanian side. And it looks like this will just be a bit of a formality this round, as again, Russia have obviously their set style against these lesser weapons. Just trying to clear some territory out together, roll as a pack.
And as you say that, BTN manages to get a headshot onto Little and take him down, utilizing that USB. So really don't expect that time, especially after they lose one. But there you have it, face crack just cracking the face of BTN there. It looks like it is just recalibrating this round there. IGM just trying to find something towards that bomb train, but Z Connector is just going to go forward here. He's got absolutely nothing to lose and trying to close down that distance. Has a couple of shots, gets one, but gets traded out straight away, and now it's just down to Zello. He has got the P250 in his hand, but is going to be asking a lot to get something done. He gets the bink, but unfortunately, face crack a bit too sharp. And although it's still very early stages, these Russians are looking very sharp, aren't they?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, they dealt with that pretty well. Jerry, I'm just noticing, has just been sitting on the sidelines. He hasn't got a death. He hasn't got a kill. He's just hanging out. But Romania did pretty well there, actually, to get a couple of frags. But this is it. This is the test. This is where they've got all their weapons, all their utility. Everything's going to be ready to go for Romania. They need to put up this brick wall and stop the momentum that is Russia. Yeah,
Jaxi there on that AWP, nice and early. Obviously not investing anything into that previous round, see what happens. But on the other side, Russia, Little with that AWP himself. So this map, really opens up to this weapon. So we'll see if they can get anything done. Jaxi just looking towards that main, but not going to get too much of a presence there.
That would look pretty close to me as the double nades come out and do a lot of damage to Zello. He's going to have to fall back and reposition as IGM also getting tagged up a little bit through that smoke inside. So Romania also, they've got the two players inside, but Russia spread pretty thin across the map. The bomb's still there in that T sector, just sitting there waiting for the ultimate decision to come in from Russia, as they seem to be getting some territory down here towards the Ivy area. And two players just sitting above the small ladder, as it looks like they're going to get that territory now as they enter into the site.
Yeah, so we've seen how hot Face Crack is at the moment. He's going to space through the smoke. He's not going to find too much. It gets re-smoke, so it can protect his backside there. Now, Rydex gets a nice frag onto Face Crack. He has been in some form, and Jaxi utilizing that AWP, so it looks like it's a foregone conclusion. Now, the back stab coming in from Zello, and now it's just all down to Armaza. He's got to find something, so a fairly clinical round there, which is so important on that CT side economy, and that orb really opening up on that outer side.
Yeah, so I just think I'll point out for those that at home that I believe Kabarkin is actually Tony Black. So the player Kabarkin.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Nice name, though. I feel like he should be wearing a suit in that booth over there. But
Tony Black or Kabarkin?
Well, they're one and the same, right? But Tony Black, the name Tony Black it's interesting.
Maybe it's his alter ego, for when he's versing Romanians and does it, maybe he performs a bit better under that.
Yeah, I mean, Kabarkin he's been there
he's been
amongst it.
Recognized as a star for a long time, so this is his opportunity to shine as Jerry gets a nice entry frag on the A site. Turns from a flash, but that's what it ultimately ends up being his undoing as BTN takes him down with a nice trade. 4 vs 4 situation, Russia with so much territory, they're everywhere right now.
Yeah, they've just gone in there hard and fast, and the trade's coming 1 for 1, but they're dropping as Armaza on low health and Little also on 34, but he has got the AWP, so he needs to find something. Jaxi just holding towards the back of Ivy there, so we'll see how it goes. Little just dancing on these trains. I think he's got a sixth sense that a player's there. Manages to find one. Now it's all on him. 2-on-1 situation. Jackson knows where he is. He has to spot that shot. Great one onto BTN. So it's 1-on-1. The two AWPers up against each other. The health doesn't really come into it at this stage. The only bearing is that Jaxi knows exactly where he is and where the bomb's planted.
Jaxi.
And well played from him to shut it down there.
Beautiful timing there. I mean, there was a minute left on the clock. So much time left for Russia to work with. But Jaxi just with that perfect timing peeks around the corner and makes his shot. And at the end of the day, that's all you need to do in Counter-Strike. 1 vs 1 situation dealt with there for Romania. And they find themselves in charge of this economy at the moment as Russia now with a bit of a muddled buy. We've got the AK-47, the 3 CZs and a P250. So it's not over for them. You know, they can still do something with this. It's a good good variance. Got long range, short range, and a bit of firepower in those CZs. We all know what they're capable of. But now we see Romania with just the one player very far back inside as very close into this small ladder area. Ryder. They've got the Molotov here. It'll be interesting to see if Kabarkin uses it to clear out this small ladder.
So he just goes for that drive, big rusher straight down, closes the distance with that CZ, and Jerry will find the frag and should be able to recover that weapon in some stage as well. Tony Black, also known as Kabarkin, we just covered that as well. He has got the AK. He needs to be the impact player, and Jerry manages to recover that UMP. So it is just the SMG lost by Rydex down towards Pop Dog, but a gun nonetheless. Face Crack is just going to go out there, trying to find something. He has the CZ, had every advantage there to take on BTN, but BTN just locking down that bomb tray. And will retreat towards that Z connector there, but the smoke not giving him too much. Oh, if only he knew. The spray comes out eventually, and Zello shuts it down along with the help of his teammate BTN. And this is all collapsed on its head. It was looking promising for a little bit there, and now it's just down to little with that P250.
As you can see here, Russia just with all to do now. 45 seconds left on the clock, 1 versus 4, only a P250. If he can recover a weapon somewhere, that'll be ideal, but still, this close range situation in the Z connector. But unfortunately, unable to get it done. IGM takes him down, just covering the flank. So Romania are about to take the lead for the first time in this game, as Russia now should have plenty of money in the bank just to get some decent weapons. Yeah,
this back and forth is giving me absolute whiplash, but yeah, the money's still a bit scattered
Yeah,
there.
it is, isn't it? I mean, I think maybe you could definitely say they overpurchased that last round. They should be able to buy into this, and they've really been punished for not being able to get that bomb down for that extra currency. So Romania now, again, superior firepower. It's going to be a replay of the last round by the looks of it, as Russia just seemed to want to get some information across the map.
So it's interesting to see that. Nice shot from Jaxi. He's really made this out of bomb site his own with that AWP. He's just finding all the frags and really locking it down. But, I mean, Russia, they have had the most change of paces. Faceback just tries to find something on his third or fourth shot, manages to find Zello, so he's not going to be too happy about that. Zello was just standing his ground. So
I know, yeah. It was a crazy exchange, but he gets away with his life, but then opts to go straight back in, and unfortunately, that's where it all capitulates for Russia. So that's the end of that one. And Romania, again, like I said, take the lead for the first time in this match. And their economy looks to be okay. They've had a couple of losses in that last round. Really actually was quite a big dent for them. As they're going to bring out the double AWP setup. This is pretty good for a map like Train. You can lock down both bomb sites because of their very small choke points, very narrow, and easy to lock down. And that's exactly what Romania will be looking to do. So Russia now, all the utility, all the weaponry, they need to capitalize on this round, because if they don't, they're going to run out of opportunities very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it's been very solid. We do see that all back onto Little again. But, I mean, you got to think back to that one round. Romania being fairly dominant locking down these bomb sites. But, I mean, there was that 3-on-1 situation, Little just getting away with that, Jaxi carrying it through, clutching out the round. But, I mean, they were all picking individually. So if it falls down to a position like that, they were lucky to get away with it. But, I mean, you can't let that slip up, right? This is the total difference between being ahead and being down like a 5-1 right now.
Oh, that's right. And I mean, in any sort of grand final situation, you know, you can't count your chickens before they hatch, and you've got to take every opportunity as they come. So at the moment, Romania's gotten the best of it, and Russia's just going to be setting up here, looking like they're going to get some default information, as every time the camera is on someone, that seems to happen. BTN, unfortunately, makes a costly mistake and hurts himself a little bit. But that damage would have been very good for, you know, Romania there, just onto those two Russian players sitting at the back of Ivy, as Little very patient with the AWP, just waiting for someone to get aggressive and have caused some sort of mistake, as they're opting for this Ivy control. You smoke one side, Molotov the other as you progress, and then as the Molotov dissipates, you smoke the Molotov side and Molotov the other side, and that way you can safely make your way down to that narrow passageway, and BTN sitting at the end of it will face crack, check the right corner. It's a 50-50 chance. He's going to sneak on by. Romania with no idea at this point.
Yeah, Jerry manages to open up onto Rags, but they've left this super left late. They have made their way onto the site, but the CTs here got an inkling, and Zello, with first time with that AWP in this game, manages to not get too much.
Well, I mean, that was a huge trade there for BTN to get 2, but unfortunately, it might not be enough. Jaxi, last man alive, 1 versus 3, 9 seconds on the clock. Bomb goes down. 3 players remaining for the Russian side as they all get into their nice little crossfire post-plant positions. They just need to keep Jaxi out of this. If they can take that AWP off him, that'll be ideal. But for the time being, the round win will be enough for Russia. So interesting to see if they do opt to rush and look for this AWP. Give it about 10 seconds, 20 seconds before they realize it's a save. Jaxi still has his Molotov, smoke, 2 flashes, diffuse kit. It's vital that he keeps all of this into the next round. Also to note, Russia don't have a whole lot of money in the bank, so they can't really afford to throw away too many guns here looking for Jaxi. And it looks like they're well aware of that, but I don't think they're going to find him. So I guess that's 1 on the board for Russia, but Romania still capitalized, got the most out of that round.
Yeah, I mean, they did opt for that double AWP setter there, and yet Zello had 2 players near and about his crosshair, but not able to find a single one. And when you put a heavy investment like that, he was in an ideal position towards heaven as well for that rush, and he's going to go for it again, so obviously backing himself with that AWP, but not paying out. I mean, nice change of pace from Russia. They're leaving to about 30 seconds left, and it worked out in the end. I was a little bit worried, to be honest.
It just was executed so well. The way that Russia got out of that Ivy area, they took that control safely. They used all their utility to get in there. Then you've got Jerry getting an entry on the other side of the map. It just worked out so well, and there was nothing Romania could do. They were definitely caught off.
Yeah, here we go, another fast play. The change of pace is working for Russia at the moment as Almaza and Jerry fight one. The nade just bouncing off all their heads. They're playing hacky sack with it, but it doesn't matter as these entries come thick and fast. Now it's just down to Zello and IGM. Zello hasn't banked a frag with his 8 OP, and if he goes out a bit dry, he might get picked up early. And he tries to find face crack, but he's just a bit too sharp as he gets traded out by IGM. Now it's a 3-on-1 once again, and the call needs to be out. He's got to save this gun for the next round.
Well, I think he's probably better off just going for it. They're going to be eco anyway. They spent a lot of money into this round, so any damage he can do to the economy of Russia is ideal. At the same time, it's not impossible yet. He doesn't have a defuse kit, but Little takes him down with little to no fuss, so looks pretty happy with that as well. So Russia back in the game as the pendulum swings towards their favor, and now we see Romania again on an eco round, and if they continue to do this, it's not good for them because Russia will get the better side of the T side, and it's going to be quite hard for them to get back in.
Well, I mean, it's interesting to say. You said how the pendulum swings. I mean, we've seen a couple of rounds come to clutch situations, but I mean, still, there's always been a really dominant team, and it's been so back and forth. Like what do you put to this? I mean, one team just absolutely clean sweeps, and then it's gone like 3 rounds per draw here.
It's just all about those opening opportunities. They're always just going one way, and there's no really back and forth like we do see between the scrap fights and the lower teams. So this is literally just a clean-up round for Russia. Romania, they don't have any money, didn't invest into this round. Probably just going to talk tactics, take a tactical timeout, but within the pistol round, as they opt to buy up rifles this time. So no big green for them, as that gives Little an opportunity without him actually knowing it. But he's going to have the firepower superiority if he does go for those long-range duels. Also,
you spoke about these choke points here. They've only got double nades on each of these players, so that might definitely come into it. They utilized it quite well in that previous round to the last one where they wound down the clock, but the execute coming out from Russia was still a bit sharper. It looks like it might be an interplay at this time, which would be the correct read. We do have Jaxi just holding towards that connect position, but it looks like they will flat out down towards Pop Dog, and Rydex is just absolutely blinded. He hasn't done much. Jaxi utilizing that rifle, taking down Almaza, so it can do it with both guns here. And now Rydex needs to get in a nice position. They have no idea where he is, just finagling his way around these trains as Face Crack opens up onto Jaxi, so it looks like the bomb will make it down towards that B bomb site. IGM here, they have no idea he's here, and actually stops the flank, so that's a huge play. That's a second as well.
Crucial play from IGM as Little gets the flank kill onto Ryder, and Kabakin in a nice spot there, taking down 2 players seamlessly, as now it's all up to Zello. He's in an okay position, but yes, and he swings back and gets Kabakin with a nice instant headshot. Little with a lot of work to do. He's got the AWP still. Has time to get out of there with the bomb, but not sure if he will. Zello just looking for him, curious and cautious that he knows exactly what is possible as the Russian heads outside. Molotov's off the connector. Try and get a plant down, but it'll be interesting to see Zello's decision around this Molotov. Only 34 HP, so you would say it looks fairly even, but both players pretty much a one-shot kill. And we've seen Zello with a few frags so far this game that have been quite impressive. So bomb planted, he knows where Little's possibilities are as he looks to check it. P250 versus M4, and Zello gets a huge win for the Romanian side.
So Tony Black, aka Kabakin, he had that opportunity.
He missed the jump.
Yeah, he just obviously trying to recalibrate, not thinking he'd turn, and then he's got to be absolutely reeling, hasn't he?
Well, he'll be quite upset with that. That was definitely his round to finish off, but at the end of the day, you missed that jump, and Zello's going to punish you for it. So great work there from Romania, and now they really need to win this next round, because otherwise, like I said, their economy is just going to get punished time and time again, and that's going to give Russia a chance to get a lead on this T side, which, you know, it's not favoured on train. So it could just be a weak side of Romania if it does continue to go to the way of Russia, but we need to see that brick wall. Only a UMP on Ryder, so the money is pretty low. And here comes the outside execute. Almaza just going for some Ivy. Fast aggression as well. So Russia love this fast stuff. Little finds his way down into the cutout.
As BTN just managed to get a nice easy kill there. Both players totally blind. He's actually did a bit of a rope-a-dope. Yeah, switches positioning, but he has given his position away by firing those shots in, and now he can't really do too much with that smoke down, so he's in a bit of an awkward place there, and IGM will get a nice little frag onto Little there. Gets the spray as well, gets the 2. So again, that's a huge play from IGM once again.
2 rounds in a row from IGM as Kabakin checks the flank. What is with this? They're just all-knowing. BTN swindles through a smoke, but they still just have the patience to wait for him. 2-versus-1 situation, though, for Romania as Russia, again, with the bomb, finds his way through an avenue somehow into the inside side. So face crack now. Plenty of time, 40 seconds. 2 flashbangs. Sneaking around. Romania have to find him and defuse the bomb. At this point, I don't think they even know that it's planted inside.
Yeah, this is going to get a lot of time for Phrase Crackers. He's obviously nervously waiting. Doesn't know how much of a situation he has on his hand there. IGM super low as well. Interesting to see they don't swap out these weapons, but obviously backing themselves here. Zello.
He's onto it.
Yeah. Face crack here. Spotted one. The fight comes through and he manages to get away with the delivery. So obviously that's
Get
the
on
reason.
it, Zello. You're the one with the kit, mate. Get on it.
Yeah, to
you
run
see
off
the
that
hesitation.
train.
IGM's just like looking at him like, are you going to do it? Am I going to do it?
So there you have it. He manages to get away with it.
Not sure how they did that. Not sure how they did that. I really thought that was Face Crack's round, but he knew exactly where they were when they both came through, rotating late. Obviously, they had to give away their position, making a lot of noise, but unfortunately, Zello just too aware, just jumped up on that train and flicks him down. So
I mean, it's still early days in this match, but how many times have we seen a player have a jump on someone and just how sharp these players are, the 180s, the 90-degree turns, and just popping straight into the face like we just saw then?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much how you get to the grand final, isn't it? I mean, you don't get here by having lackadaisical aim, do you? So again, Romania, very important round for them, secured their economy for another few rounds. Russia now got the bomb plant, so that's enough. As we see Little just going for some sort of information play. IGM sprays down through the smoke, but unfortunately, Kabakin gets the better of it. As that's a big deal, big blow for Romania. Having 4 players on train, they're going to have to spread thin and cover all the bases. So Russia now looks like they're going to take this site by force yet again as Facecrack with a great entry and follows it up with another one.
So now it's just down to Zello Big 10 once again, and IGM has been like the player of the rounds previously, so giving his way a bit cheaply there towards brown holes this time around. And
this
now
round's
it looks
over,
like
though.
Yeah, all she wrote, Russia will pick this one up, and we said how imperative this will be for the economy, but interesting to see. Jackson was firing on all cylinders in the early rounds with that LWP. They bring out the 2. I mean, it doesn't go well, and now it's just down to Zello, so a little bit of a swap up there, but it doesn't seem to be working for them.
Yeah, I think that's definitely something that Romania need to reconsider. It's hurting their economy so much having the double AWP set up, and it hasn't really been effective at all. This fast pace Russia are employing is just decimating them. So obviously at this point you need to think maybe we need to get rifles, we need to get close, we need to stop any of that aggression early on, and then get a good crossfire happening, because Russia are just no respecting Romania. And I say that in the nicest way possible. They're just getting out there and in their face, and they're just getting the best of it.
It's just the way they play, right? It is not an actual no respect thing.
It's not bad manner.
Yeah, it's not bad manner, but this is just the way they like to play, and it works when it works, doesn't it?
Exactly, this is definitely the right scenario to do it against a double AWP setup. People playing far back in the site, getting in there quickly and in their face once they've wasted any of their anti-rush utility. So yeah, definitely Russia is playing this the right way, and that's why they find themselves in the lead with 7 rounds on the more difficult T side of train.
Yeah, so just one more away from winning the first half. We see that kind of interesting buy coming once again. Rydrix with only a UMP in hand, the scout coming on to Jaxi, so really scraping the barrel there to try to get some sort of decent buy together. And IGM, of course, with that MP9 Rydrix, just being a bit aggressive towards Pop Dog, just seeing if he can find anything, get a peek happening onto one of these players, and he might get a little bit of contact there. Jerry finding a nice frag onto IGM, but he only had the MP9 trying to close up that quarter, so giving his life away. And Almaza will find another one. And Zello finds 2 with the AWP, and eventually will get burnt alive by Jerry. Now Rydrix,
huge flank.
Massive, takes them both down and has dropped the bomb. If he gets his 3rd one, he's the pay of the round, but
I think he's done enough.
Too sharp.
I think he's done enough here, Danny. The bomb is down on the low ramp. BTN's going to know exactly where Kabakin is, but it's all about timing now, and BTN's moving around quite a lot. So, you know, whoever's more patient is going to end up being the victor. And Tony has made a lot of noise there. BTN with the jump on him. Unfortunately, nothing that Kabakin can do. So another round, another very important round for Romania. They bounce straight back, you know, so they don't need to jump on a full economy, low economy buy for the last round of the half. As we see instead, Russia with a bit of a less than ideal buy.
Yeah, so this is going to be an absolute scrap match. I mean, this might favor the way of the aggression of the Russian side in terms of Romania. They got that MP9. IGM just giving his life away a bit too cheaply, trying to peek with that MP9. Not going to peek that aim duel against the greater firepower in the rifle, but we'll see if we can close it down. They play fast once again.
Yeah, they come onto that fast outside site. As it looks like multiple numbers here for Romania. They're going to be definitely up against it, the Russian outfit. As somehow Jerry gets the opening kill, and Jaxi takes down Kabakin in that cutout area. Jerry again with another kill straight through a smoke. Puts another player, very low HP. Jerry, what is this? He's got the 6th sense. He just keeps finding everybody, and he knows exactly where that last remaining player is for Romania. Zello needs to get out of dodge. 1 versus 3 situation, and Almeza finishes off Jerry's hard work. What a huge carry round that was.
Yeah, that was really interesting there, maybe getting a couple of the sound cues, but huge kills coming through that smoke, and they do manage to grind out that first half. But what a match we have.
What a sick round that was from Jerry. I mean, he's been pretty quiet so far this first half, but he was just lights out then. He didn't even see anyone that he killed, I think. I think all 3 were through smoke, so if any, there was a spider sense was tingling at that moment. That was it.
Yeah, definitely the case here, as they would be happy about that way. I mean, right now, the way the scores are sitting, obviously Russia on that CT side now must be fairly confident, but if you're Romania, it's not anything to write home about yet, is it, as they do go into this all-important pistol round to see if they can kind of get the 2 ecos across and build up that economy and the round differential here, as we do see BTN making his way down to Pop Dog. He's been relatively free and unguided. He's made his way onto that E-box side, and a completely flash player gets him down to 9 in the middle. So now he's going to pop through that smoke, and this is absolute aggression coming out. Maybe Romania giving a bit of the medicine back to the Russians as Rydrex finds one onto Almaza. So it's a 5-on-3 now. He finds the brace, one onto Kabak and Tony Black. So now it's a 4-on-3 situation here. A lot to do. There is a kit on Jerry, but no utilities left, as Jerry is rocking those dual Berettas, and he will fall. So now this should be a fairly standard closeout for the guys on Romania to win this all-important pistol round.
Yeah.
Nice work there from Rydrex to close it out.
What a great start from Romania, getting that pistol round that they unfortunately couldn't get in the first half. And now let's see if they can hold on to the lead like Russia did and get that 3-0 going in. So Russia have a choice here. They can opt to buy up, or they can just take it easy, as Jerry is feeling pretty confident after that last round of the last half. And you see the team quickly catch on and grab some armor as well. So Romania now, a bit of a mixed buy. You got the AKs and the UMPs, so expect a bit of a fast maneuver out of those submachine guns, with the AKs just firing down the long aisles. So Jaxi here, like I said, out straight away, looking for those somewhat considered easier frags, but he finds one on the face crack. Not easy at all, as the rest of the team comes down the small ladder area and clears out the outside side with, I believe, Little, who's found his way behind, as they seem to always do. P250 headshot long range, what it's known for, as he now just tries to get what he can out of this round. Try and get down another number. Get it down to a 2 versus 2, but unfortunately Kabakan goes down as he rotates down the small ladder. And now 3 players remaining, all know exactly where Little is. A lot of work for him to do.
Yeah, he's just going to hold that teammate position, as he's actually getting flanked upon by IGEM right now. So, I mean, obviously trying to bank some money with that UMP. He's not even checking to see if the flank's going to be on his way, but IGEM's being very loud here. He's just maybe making his way through Pop Dog, but Little actually has hurt him. So now the cat has become the mouse, and we'll see how this plays out. But right now the round is definitely gone. And absolutely, Little does have that full body armor here.
Yeah,
so.
I think he wants to recover that AK that he killed in the small ladder, or he might think it's, oh, look at this, and they know it too. They're all huddled around the AK as they retrieve it, and now just 2 UMPs lost for Romania, so not a big deal, but yeah, nice work there by Little. Did a little bit of damage, as his name would suggest maybe, but now another round for them. Russia don't look too impressed with how things are going at the moment, despite being in the game still. As they're going to opt to just full eco here. Little keeping his armor and his P250. He could definitely just throw that across to one of his boys and get another pistol for himself cheaply. But instead, he'll opt to keep it. And Romania now, again, anti-eco. Not going for that fast aggression outside this time. So it looks like they're going to hit inside as fast as possible. Try and catch them off guard. But Little's here, and he's got a teammate to distract. So it'll be interesting to see if Romania check all their corners.
Yeah, so they're just going to both play this bomb train here. A nice headshot onto Rydrex to take him down. Jello will swap him out, but the shots are coming through. It's been a bit more of a headache than they need to be. Now it's a 2-on-1. He beats in. He has got the superior firepower, but these guns may be recoverable. They know where he is. He takes the long-range tool, but he might have had to have taken out FaceCrack, who retrieves himself on 25 HP. They both only still have the USPs, and BTN is still on a bit of health, so you do favor him in this situation, but the mind games come out now. He's just walking out, nades himself, and it looks like FaceCrack is just going to wait for his opening and see if he can get anything done here. He still needs to cover the bomb, manages to get a nice frag there, and now it's just down to FaceCrack. He's playing the long game. He knows where the bomb's dropped, and he knows where BTN is, but this is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. Right now, you got to think BTN's got to be a bit careful. He's just checking the line. He's got a shot. He's taking his time. We've seen this happen so many times. He's going to offer that UMP, the AK, the patience here from FaceCrack.
Oh,
he gets
FaceCrack!
Wow, that is all class coming out of FaceCrack.
Oh, the discipline there, and just the nerves of steel.
He sees the UMP. He opts to go for the higher-powered rifle in front of him, just walks behind his opponent there. That was just a cheater circling its prey.
I do not want to be in the room when Russia reviews this demo and sees that. Oh, sorry, Romania. When BTN's stuck watching, how did that even happen? And then he just realizes he had so much time just to turn around. and instead, what a huge ego win for Russia.
Yeah, I mean, and well played from Frasco. Even not just that last part, but from the onset to get into that position.
To rotate around and whatnot. So Jerry again opening it up for Russia as Jaxi with a good trade. They get a bit of territory in a 4v4 situation, typically helping out the offensive side as Zello gets a nice pick down the Ivy Isle. And that's it. Romania, full control of this outside bomb site. Little just tucked away in a corner. A lot of work for him to do. 1 versus 3 out here. And he takes one with a nice flick shot. Kabakin chimes in with one of his own from the small ladder. And now Zello and BTN as BTN goes down trying to plant the bomb with no cover. So a lot of work here for Zello to do, but not impossible. He's got the AWP, the big green, the one-shot kill. But look at Russia, like you said, circling like sharks as Little takes down Zello with no fuss. And you've got to be happy with that. They're back in this game, back in charge, back in the lead, and the momentum definitely in their favor now. Romania just on an eco round themselves.
Yeah, it's clinical. They do manage to get into this next round. At this stage, it's not about winning it. It's about winning it with as many guns up as possible. As you do see, it's a bit fragile right now. They need to build it up as this game is absolutely neck and neck. And I mean, if Romania can get any damage done or even get the bomb plant, maybe even take out the round, it's going to be, it might actually be that kind of, not that pivotal turning point, but definitely a big turning point in this map as we do see that aggression coming up towards those brown holes from Romania.
So that's the thing. I mean, it's not all just about winning. You've got to look cool while you do it right. And again, we see a failed grenade from Kabakin this time, just as the camera gets on it. What an excellent camera work there. As Zello now with P250, and look, I think Russia's all over this. I know it's going to be an inside eco hit, as Tony Black's just got a bit of a formality on his hands. He's got a teammate coming in and another teammate even closer in the connectors. So Little's just posted up watching that narrow doorway at the high ramp. Jerry finds one outside, just looking for information. And it's all falling to pieces here for Romania, just slowly round by round. Nothing's going their way. They're not able to get Russia in any sort of surprise. You see Jerry here, just another one. They just inch by inch give away their position. Jerry gets a shot down through the floor, and then look at that uppercut from Jerry. That was nice work.
It's really good. It's not that easy to aim and be as dynamic when you're looking upwards, is it? But he does a great job. And like we were saying, you got to look good. Doesn't look more better than keeping all 5 players up.
Yep, definitely. So Russia now with a lot of power going into this round. They've got the power to keep Romania out of the game. And Romania, even if they win this round, they're going to have to string a couple together to really get on top of that economy for Russia, just like they did on the CT side. So Zello now with a good spawn for the outside sides. Looks like he's going to be fast playing into the cutout. If he can get past the AWP, which he does, Little is going to communicate that across to his team, but now he's stuck out in no man's land. Kabakin spots a player crossing inside, so they understand Romania is just about everywhere at this point.
Yeah. Jim makes his way out, takes a couple of pot shots, gives his position away. It looks like the duel come out. Jaxi gets tagged down to 12 health, but finds the opening along with Zealous. It looks like it's just the absolute rush coming through as 2 quick frags come in for the Russian team. And now it's down to Omaza and Jerry to try to lock this down. But right now, the bomb hasn't committed too far, but it looks like it's heading its way towards that inner bomb site as Jaxi is just locking down CT. So this could be a very crucial meet here. I mean, he's very late. Let's find that frag, which it does. Getting that angle on to Almaza, so now it's just down to Jerry, and this is a very tall ask for him.
Crazy aggressive positioning there from Romania, just cutting off those rotates. It's really an awkward battle to have as Jerry gets caught off guard, but swings around and takes down Ryder. 1 versus 2 situation, bomb planted. Now it's up to Jaxi here to cover this low ramp, as instead IGM shows us what he's good for, which is that nice AK spray, taking down multiple opponents usually, so one on half health shouldn't be too much trouble.
Yeah, so he manages to clean it out once again. Just as we thought that Russia might run away with this, the 5 AKs reigning supreme. But like you said, they need to string a few together. Zello with that AWP in hand once again. A couple of Galils because of that financial situation. As you can see, a couple players still on double digits there. Jackson on 450, so they need to keep a couple of these players up, save a couple of these rifles, definitely the AWP to build it up, and Tony Black, Kabakin with that FAMAS in hand. But not too bad a buy, but Little on that AWP doesn't have too much utility either, and still all 10 players left in the server. Minute 40 left, so early days in this round, and I mean, this is so neck and neck. These rounds are going to get more and more important as we go into the tail end of this first map. We do have Mirage and Cobblestone coming up next, but obviously it's a great way to start for either one of these teams. It's a bit of a slower round here. Romania not going for that aggression that we've seen so many times this game.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it's a great start for both teams. This is the first map of the Grand Final series, and everyone has turned up to the party. So Romania, Russia, very close game at this point. Anyone's game on this first map in particular. Zello tries to get a shot through the smoke, which we've seen a few times so far this game from other players. But BTN now just sees how empty it is as the battle comes down for the small ladder control. And unfortunately, Romania come off better with it.
Yeah, so now it is down to Russia, but you can't put these past these guys, but they are going to be spread thin, but the information has been gained, and the bomb will make its way towards main. So it looks like they're going to go off to this side there. Jaxi, there is no way Almaza, 9 times out of 10, doesn't get that frag, but Pika's advantage is the absolute devil in this game, isn't it? So he manages to get it. It's a 2-on-4 situation, and looks like Romania might be running away as the bomb gets planted by IGM.
Yep, so 2 versus 4 situation turns into a 1v4, yes, and Kabakin stuck out here in no man's land. He's got everything to do, but I don't think he's going to have much of a chance of going for the win. You might want to just salvage a weapon here for the next round. See if you can get the big green off the hand of Romania. He's just got the FAMAS and a Molotov. As it look, IGM on low HP on the hunt. So he gets the best of it. He'll want to get that AK as soon as possible. No trade coming out from Romania. I don't think they really even need to bother. You can see the Sharks are circling towards Ivy. Everyone's coming on the hunt. Tony Black now with a lot of work to do.
Really interesting to see that that low HP player would go out 1 out with not even the option to trade. But I mean,
well, I mean, look, you've got to use what you've got. The guy on low HP probably, you know, it depends. There's many ways of looking at it, but it's better than the AWP in the end. So just using the positions that they have, and Romania opt to keep all 3 of their weapons into the next round. As we see the AK come across for the CT, just holding on to that one for the next round. So it did turn out pretty good for Kabakin. As we see now Russia and Romania scores tied. And you see just it's casual anti-eco here, but the AK, see what kind of trouble it can cause. Zella goes for that aggressive peek. Again, hits the shot every time, so consistent.
Yeah, I mean, all these players have definitely arrived. It looks like both these teams, I mean, still early for Russia. As Zella finds another one there, the big trade coming in. He manages to find one, but he's not going to expect that second player in Jaxi to trade him out straight away. Manages to find a second there, remaining on 14 HP. Now it is just down to Jerry. He has managed to recover the AK, but will get taken down very swiftly there from IGM. We'll see if they can recover that AWP, but both these teams feeling quite at home on either side of this train map, isn't it?
Definitely. I mean, so far so good. It's been such a great game. And Jerry also utilising that AK that he picks up and does a little bit of damage. But as you can see here now, Romania, they've got plenty of players with a bit of money. 2 guys, obviously, their economy's in the dumps. Zella with the AWP, he's obviously always going to have a tough time. But Russia, they need to win this round. They need to string a few more together. Otherwise, they're just going to slowly slip away after the economy is already in its tatters. $0 in the bank for some of the players, and they're just holding back. 4 players stacked in the outside site. I assume Kabakin, close, low ramp. He's going to be spotting him out. He'll ditch this smoke grenade as soon as he spots one. Hold on to his Molotov in case for the execute. No, he's going to put it down straight away in fear of the fast rush coming out of Romania once they're spotted, but instead they just opt to wait. They keep all their utility here. Now Kabakin calls in for reinforcements. Russia with 2 players now on the inside. Their outside team is just very close to that connector. They can easily rotate in fast. Romania really need to draw some players out of this inside site. The 2 doorways, so easy to defend with just 2 players, but you can see now they've got Molotovs, they've got smokes, they've got flashes, so it won't be easy by any means.
Yeah, I mean, they've obviously, the economic situation not lending itself to get as much utility as possible, so they're really milking them dry here. Only a couple of flashbangs and a single smoke left onto Jerry, so it's going to come down to these Angels. Jello opens up onto Little, he needs to find one. Tony Black manages to actually drop the bomb, but there's still plenty of time left. Unfortunately, they had no idea the communication error there, maybe. Jerry.
Oh, Zello with 2 huge clutch shots, though. He's back in it. He's got Romania back into this round. Russia now, just the 1 player remaining. Romania has no idea where he is, but he seems to be in full control so far this round as he takes down Zello. Very crucial kill here. 1 versus 1 situation that could tell the rest of this map. And Russia are back in it. Nice 1v2 there from Almeza.
Yeah, you can tell that BTN, he had the right idea, right? Just wanted to go for that quick trade, knew exactly where it was, but making a bit too much sound. And then Almaza just a bit too quick on the punch there. 12-12. I mean, it doesn't really get much closer to this in this opening game of the grand final here at the IeSF World Championships in Busan. It's the 9th time we've gone around this tournament, and what a way to round it out for CSGO. Now, I mean, this is splitting hairs right now. How do you see this falling out, really?
You couldn't have picked a better game. Looking at the economy for both teams, really that last round was very crucial, especially for Russia to get this map. As you see now, they're going to go for this inside territory, disregard any action that comes up that low ramp. Molotov IGM just pushing through it. They won't expect this. IGM, so much information here. Takes a one-on-one duel, but misses the shot. Little comes in on the rotate to help out Kabakin. And here we go. Romania with so much territory, just taking the inside site with brute force. No messing around like last round as they identify a weakness in the Russian defense.
Yeah, that may have looked actually like a spray transfer there from Jaxi, but it was actually Rydrex getting that frag there. Now it's just Amaza and Jerry, and this is going to be very difficult to do. Just trying to find a bit of a cheeky play here, but Jax is not going to give anything away. He's just going to hold this off angle and see if anyone pushes towards him. He's on super low HP, so it can't be too brazen about it. And now it's just down to Amaza in a 4-on-1 situation. As the bomb is actually going to go towards him. He might be able to find an easy frag here onto Rydrex, which he does. So now it's 3-on-1. He knows where Jax is. He finds a second. Wow. And now it's Zello and BTN. He's become an absolute thorn in the side of these players, but he is so far away now. He's managed to make his way onto that out of bomb zone.
Outside, do you think? Yeah, I think so too. So he might just opt to save his weapon here. Unbelievable. So he has all this utility, he has the armor, but he knows the Russian economy is now, they're broke. They're in debt. And Romania, they've got everything going for them. They bounce straight back, no problems. And Zello even holding on to that AWP. BTN, he can easily recover a weapon if he goes hunting, but they're very scared. They've got to play this round safe. They don't want any mistakes here on out. It's getting towards the tail end of the first map. And look, the Molotov even for measure on the bomb to prevent any sort of defuse as the hunt does start to come out. But it's too little too late. Russia will hold on to that weapon, and we'll just see how important it is going into the next round.
Yeah, so a nice couple of frags there from the Russian player, but not getting the round nonetheless. And now it's getting dangerously close. It's back and forth. This is an absolute coin flip to see who will take this away. And the economy of that Russian side, as you said, is just absolutely reeling, isn't it? We do see a couple of players, 2K on both. Amaza will save that AK from the previous round. The 5.7's coming out. So, I mean, they have been nerfed, but they can still, they've got that one first bullet that is, can do a lot of damage over that distance, so we'll see if this can be utilized. It's just fast play coming out. Little tries to do something at E-box, but Jackson is getting it away. And Trade does come out with that CZ. Jerry, they know where he's posted up. Might be able to get a Seeky second kill, but Rydrex will take care of him. But it's actually going 1-for-1 here, as it's a 3-on-2 situation.
Yeah, the AK just doing so much damage, and now Kabakan even chimes in, Face Crack rather, chimes in with his own. And now so much work for Ryder to do. You would have thought this was Romania's round. They just had the one AK, and look how much they're getting punished for it. It might not be the AK necessarily doing all the damage. He's only chimed in with 2 kills, but Russia getting in the close positions and just using their teamwork and trading effectively to get a huge numerical advantage into this round. 1 minute 10 left on the clock. Bomb down in a super vulnerable position. It's going to be so impossible for Ryder to regather that. 37 HP. Now you see Kabakan pick up the AWP and the 5.7. He'll soon pick up a weapon of his own, and that's it. Russia comes straight back. This is just going tit for tat.
This is absolutely insane, isn't it? We've seen so many times on these anti-eco rounds that the fast play just shuts it down so quickly, but getting into those powerful positions with those pistols and maybe catching a few of these Romanian players off guard lends itself to that 13-13 scoreline, and now the economy is just absolutely flipped on its head, hasn't it?
You don't want to say it, right? But this could be the moment. This could be the moment of the entire series right here, right now, in this first map, where just Romania breaks and Russia takes the lead unexpectedly to those, who just thought that Romania would walk away with this one.
Yeah, I mean, that could be the case. Absolutely. I mean, these teams, they're quite experienced, so they should be able to bounce back from this, but you'd hate to see it happen. And right now, it's just a hard eco coming out, just IGM with that Deagle. And Russia has just scraped it there at the death. Every opportunity here, make 13 all. Clock's going to have to do a lot of work trying to find this frag, but it does a bit of damage. Amaza nonetheless. Get out with that AK. IGM spamming a couple of body shots away, and now it looks like it's going to all but a foregone conclusion. This round is a 3-on-5, 13 apiece. Amaza take down along with Face Crack, just down to a little bit below half health. And now just a slowdown coming through. If they can get a bomb plan away, it'd be an absolute dream considering they only have the stock standard Glocks, absolutely no utility, no armor. And these players just posted up in nice positions. Definitely utilizing that range against the pistols. I mean, Romania, they were so close. They could smell it. They could see it. They had it all there to open up this account, but...
Yeah, they're definitely burning a lot of time into this round. Obviously going to take this opportunity to have a bit of a chat about what's going on. There hasn't really been any tactical pauses or anything as such, and I feel like that's maybe because both teams have a good feeling of what they want to do, and they just, it's all coming down to the execution, especially in the case of being ecoed by Russia there. So they're just holding on, and now looks like Romania have sorted out their game plan for the next round, and they're just going to try and see if they can get a sneaky bomb plant. Stranger things have happened as Little just ends it. Okay, so another super important round for this whole entire series. The winner of this first map will be just one map away from being champions, as Russia now establishes a lead again. Can they hold on to it? 14-13. Both teams fully purchased weapons, very scant on the utility for Romania. And
this is kind of like the last roll of the dice.
Do or die.
Look at that economy. It's just, there's nothing there.
Yeah, but if you don't win this one, it's going to be match point, and you're going to be on bare bones. So again, Russia opting for 4 players outside early on, countering any of that fast aggression. None of it comes out. The boost peak is going to come in for Romania. Both players will drop simultaneously down the ladder and take any aim duel. Although, now they know it's empty. Face crack with a nice smoke onto the Molotov. It's going to make it easier for him to shoot them as they come out. But instead, he's overwhelmed. Manpower there for Romania. Ryder gets the entry, followed up by Zello. And here we go. This is it. This is Romania's round. They're back in this.
Yeah, they are. Now it's a 3-on-2 situation. They've locked down a lot of control here. Now it's just down to Little with that LVP. Might be able to find someone at the bottom of heaven there. Needs to get the shot off. He takes a bit of time. You don't get the pinch to 50. Rydrek's had the bomb out. He's not better. Take down a player super low as well. Now it's just the RGM to get away with it. That's it. They steal the round so quickly. I mean, that was going all in the favor of Romania, wasn't it?
Just in the blink of an eye, Russia just take control of the round. Little just going absolutely berserk. He was patient. He was disciplined. He waited. He had to make that shot, and he knew it. And then little did he know that the other player would be right around the corner, and he still capitalizes. And then the third player as well. It was just too easy for him. They were just lined up, and every opportunity he took, as the last kill comes in from Kabarkin, who put himself in a really good position to trade out either way. As we see, like I said, Russia, match point up against a very awkward buy from Romania.
Yeah, it's a very awkward buy indeed. Zello with that scout. He needs to get something down. Maybe take down a couple of these players, make it a bit easier for those pistols in hand. But that last one, they had every opportunity. The timing for him to have the bomb out there, and Little just coming out with his P250, getting a lot of damage done. The aggression from BTN opens up, so there's a chance. That gun may be recoverable, but they don't have the smoke to guard it off. Jerry will find one onto Zello, so this is it. Match point coming up for Russia. Jackson gets a nice shot onto Amaza. Now puts the numbers in favor, but once again, they still have a bit of utility as well, but they need to recover a couple of these weapons, and BTN might be the first to get one, but Little is onto it. He's just placed there. Nade comes out. We'll do a bit of damage as well. And Tony Black.
It's not looking good for BTN. Jerry takes him down as he walks through the mist. And now 2 players. They know exactly where Jerry is. They know where Little is. And they find him. And he finds them. So Ryder now. 1 versus 3 with the Deagle long range. And that's it.
There you have it there. It was a valiant effort there with those pistols in arms. But 16-13, that was going to be a big ask to see if they could get that round. But there you have it, back and forth all the way. That game could have gone to any side there.
Like I said, we definitely witnessed a couple of defining moments in that first map, which could ultimately end up being defining moments in the entire series.
I mean, we just saw that camera shot there. It's the first map. They know it was theirs, right?
That was a very important map for Romania, I think.
Yeah.
You know, whenever the underdog comes out swinging like that and takes away a map pick, then you got to be very worried. And Romania look very worried.
Yeah, so I mean, back and forth like that, but it could end up 2-0, but with such close draws, I mean, how many plays, like the discipline really coming through, the class shining through, and a lot of those times where the patience was the key to that round success.
I don't know, like I feel like the teamwork was there for Romania, but the individual plays were there for Russia, and it just sent, that's the story of map 1, and going into map 2, I'm pretty excited. Yeah,
we'll see how it goes. I mean, that was Train as well, going to Mirage. Aim heavy map, we'll see what will happen, and that map is coming just after this break.